We're back,
Hey,
everybody. Happy Wednesday.
happy Wednesday. Hey, Kelly, what's up?
So fun to be here. You guys, how is everybody? Drop us down below. Are you getting excited for summer?
Ah,
Right? Like, are you taking trips? Do you have something planned? Like all the exciting stuff. I know we have a lot to look forward to. And so I hope you're enjoying the process because it can get overwhelming when you're like, oh God, what do I do with the kids? Oh my goodness, summer plans. Have fun, enjoy it, right?
yeah,
I know,
yeah,
Heidi,
absolutely.
good
I
stuff
think,
coming up, right?
sorry.
You have a lot of good stuff coming up for summer too.
Well, we're going to take like the first family road trip to get they'll be 14 months at that
Okay.
time. So we're just getting them used to road trip and hours in the car. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
The build up to getting on an airplane, you have to take these baby steps to get there.
The build up. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we were just talking about that so much of the time we get a little bit wrapped up in making sure we're doing all the things, but one of the most important things is what we're putting in our body as far as food.
Exactly.
And it's a hard truth to really go, oh my God, I'm eating so many more calories than I thought. Or, ooh, I have no idea I'm eating some processed foods or all these bad oils. Or, oh yeah, I'm really getting my protein. But if we measure your protein, you're not even coming close to your protein.
Exactly.
And so, even one of my own family members has really been trying to shed some weight and prepare for summer and some other things going on in their life. And all of a sudden, a month ago, like got strict about it. Was like, I'm not missing my workouts. I'm actually meal planning. I'm actually making sure I'm taking what I'm supposed to be taking as far as my program. And in 1 month, lost 9 pounds. After 4 months
Amazing.
of being frustrated of the weight wasn't moving because they weren't doing the work, but they thought they
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's the confusing part is what we think we're doing and what we see is not happening. Then we think what we're doing is all wrong or it's not enough or it's never going to change.
were. Hmm.
Instead of really looking at, am I just thinking I'm doing that or am I really doing that? Am I really doing the things? And the food is such a big part of it. That's why I like glucose monitors because they really tell us real time, what's the order of food that's best for me, not, a sort of, oh, chicken, fish, and veg. Oh, but do I eat the chicken first? Do I eat the veg first? Do I eat that? So, really getting real about food, just like you said, I think is really important to actually assess. Um, Someone knocking at my door.
Pause, audience. It's okay. Do you need to go to the door? I'll keep talking if you need to. You're like, no.
Okay, hang on. So sorry,
All
everyone.
right. So here's a couple things I want you guys to think about. If we break food down, is one, are you measuring what you're eating? So do you really know how many ounces of water that you're hydrating? Do you really know the amount of protein that you're putting in your body for your ounces? Do you really know what your total caloric expenditure is? And if you have a CGM, are you monitoring your blood sugar? Like, what does it look like? Is it a flat line? Is it going up and down? What does it look like? And I think as we move into summer and you're maybe like, oh, I'd like to shed those last 5 pounds, or I'm eating out more, or we're going to vacation, so I don't want to go off the deep end more, is if you take 2 weeks to implement and actually audit, that's what we all need in our life, no matter if we're talking about food or finances or whatever, we need to audit where we're at. Then pick one of them and make the change. So when we take an audit, Heidi, and you'd have, help somebody say, all right, in a 2 week period, these are the things that we need you to measure, right? I would say hydration for sure,
For sure.
protein intake for sure.
For sure.
Sure. I don't know if they monitor healthy fats or monitor. Like, what would be the next couple levels of what they should actually, because those two things are pretty easy. Like measuring your
I
fluid.
would I would say let's keep it simple. Let's do two things,
Yeah, okay.
right? Um, because those two things are so vital to just human function, brain function, energy production, um, mitochondrial function. All those two things alone will make an impact as to whether your body has enough protein, or which I call logs on the fire. If you're thinking of our metabolic system as a campfire, we want to get that protein. Those are the long burning logs. But we also need kindling. We also need a match, right? We don't need so many matches, right? We just need good kindling and a log. That's fat, kindling. The log is protein. Carbs or veggies is a match. There's no dietary requirement for bread,
Yeah, right.
right? For that kind of carb. So let's look at that. Let's start thinking in terms of, is this campfire a good one? How long is this campfire going to burn? And the key component is going to be that log. Do I have enough to burn long term? And what's a key way? And so I'll let you finish and we can go to key ways of actually assessing, was that enough beyond just writing down, I just had 30 grams per meal.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, that's a really great start, right? So again, you guys, to, we want you to commit and say in the chat down below, or if you're on the podcast, let us know, are you going to commit to 2 weeks of monitoring? So if they're going to monitor, Heidi, first let's talk about like in fluid and in protein, what should their targets be? Then they can see where
Yeah,
they are and make a plan. But ultimately, there's some pretty basic targets that everybody can follow.
absolutely. And these are two areas where people go, oh, I drink a lot of water. Oh, okay. Well, how much? Well, I don't know. I drink two of these and they pick up a flask. Two of these a day. Okay. Any other liquids that you do? So really sort of nailing it down and not say, oh, I drink a lot of water. How much? Write it down. You want your body weight cut in half in ounces of water a day. That's generally a good shooting mark. Some people like to go over, some people do really well with slightly under that, but it's just a good target to sort of say, okay, I'm getting this much water. I'm close to that target and I feel pretty good. I'm urinating well, not too much, not too little. Look at these things. And then the protein, again, it's your goal weight. So if you're 20 pounds overweight, 10 pounds overweight, that's not what you want. You want to think about your goal weight and be realistic. Your goal weight meaning a weight that you can maintain,
Yes.
that you can have some, I don't want to call them cheats, some uh, conscious eating out of the diet a little bit and not completely have you crash,
Right.
right? So realistic weight you can maintain easily. Choose that. That weight will be in grams of protein. And let me tell you, I mean, getting over 120, getting 120 grams of protein, it's hard. I am not gonna like sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Say it's so easy. Come on, get out there and get your protein. It's hard. Um, so but look at the food. Look at, because all food, a lot of foods have protein content in them. It doesn't have to be just beef. It doesn't have to be just animal protein. You want to add in all the vegetable, because there's, for example, in, let me say, in asparagus, there's like, in a handful of asparagus, there's like 8 grams of protein. It's huge,
Yeah.
right?
Huge.
So think about all the food you're eating and the protein content and add that up. Don't just add up the animal protein or the beans. You want a nice, healthy combination of both.
And I will tell you guys, I kind of used to make excuses like, I don't like shakes or I don't like smoothies. I'm not gonna have a protein powder. Oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat. Like I made a lot of excuses, and then I was like, oh, that's why I can't reach my target. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna reach my target. So I'm gonna experiment. And I was like, oh, I'm having fun with this. I like this. Wow, I'm now really able to have my protein hit my protein goal. So just not even that long ago, what I don't like is drinking like a juice, like a protein packed big juice thing. I like to just drink something and be done.
Mhm.
So I just started experimenting and I found, because I love coffee, that if I just took a little of my leftover coffee, threw in my protein, so I got my 20 grams of protein, and then I add my mind body, so it's for my metabolic health of managing my natural GLP-1. I add my scoops of that. And then I add like a sprinkle if I want of like cacao or something to add in just in it. Mix that up. It turns into like 8 to 12 ounces of this really fun, flavorful drink that I love. And it's there's no sugar in it, but it almost feels like there is the
Mhm.
sweetness, right? And now I actually look forward to it, and it's that extra 20 grams of the day I was missing, right? Because I was always kind of missing my mark. So don't make excuses of like, oh, you just can't. You can find ways. And as you're cooking your meals, if you're like Heidi was saying, look at adding those extra veggies in because you're probably just missing the mark a little. I hope you're only
I
missing it a little, not a lot. If you're missing it a lot, then like really relook at what you're eating and not eating. But it should not be that difficult, and you'll see where your holes are after 2 weeks.
yeah.
If you're not, go ahead, Heidi.
No, that I just love your point that you say you're probably just missing your mark a little because and that is so very very true. And I find people coming in and we really dig down and deep. That's what I find most of the time. I go, "Oh, you're so close. We could see it. It's just over the wall, you know?" It's like don't stop digging, don't give up now because the gold is just right there. And they make those little changes and it's profound. Many people uh, come back and they say, you know what, when I hit my protein mark, I do not crave sugar. And I've been craving sugar since I was 4, right? As long as I can remember, I have had to white knuckle daily to resist from eating sugar. But now that I'm focusing and I hit my protein mark, I don't crave sugar. I think better and I have more energy. This is so common that I see clinically. So I just really encourage people to try to hit that mark. Don't guess. Really, just take 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be a lifetime of journaling it down. Once you get it, you get it. Once you feel it, you don't want to go back.
That's the thing I was just going to say, because for many of us, you're telling the story to your friends and your practitioners saying, like, but I'm doing the things. And we honor you because you probably are doing most of the things. But what are those little things you're just falling short? And if it's as easy as adding more hydration in or adding a little bit more protein in, and you're like, wow, my cravings are gone. I'm sleeping deeper in the night. I just have a little more energy. That brain fog is gone. Whatever it is you're experiencing, you can't make it better or make a change unless you know where you started and then say I'm going to add this and then did it work or did it not work, right? I mean that's and then
Right,
adjust again.
right. And yeah, we are protein dependent. Our cells demand that protein to function well, our DNA to fold and express. This is important to get that data in, those nutrients in a and create the synergy. It's not about one thing. Okay, I hit my protein, but I'm not getting fat and I'm still eating too many carbs. The synergy isn't going to be there. It's it's getting that nice balance that works for you.
Exactly. And I just want to touch, we'll do another podcast, Heidi, really on a deep dive of CGMs. But what I found is it was so nice because I thought, like, I'm not diabetic, I don't have blood sugar issues. But to watch what food did to me, and knowing that if even if I don't feel it, if my blood sugar is constantly up and down, that's wreaking havoc on my long-term health strategies. So I was like, oh, have my rice cold. Oh, eat my protein first. Oh, eat my, like, if I walk 10 minutes after eating, look what happened. It was so eye-opening of,
Yeah,
again, some simple things to change for long-term health and wellness regards to food, order of food, and movement with food.
yeah. It's such an easy thing to do. Um, and now It's accessible, it's inexpensive, but it is a revelation. I haven't had one person that wore one and said, "Yeah, it was it was right in the mark all the time." And I had no surprises. Everyone was like, "Ah, I had no idea this food was causing this or this was causing that." And they changed it, saw if that change manifested to more regulated insulin. It did, and how did they feel? They felt better. Brain fog is a number one issue that people say is relieved when they manage their insulin. Just think about it. Where insulin goes, cortisol goes. So, and those two things are highly inflammatory. They put stress on our cardiovascular system. They put stress on our brain. They put stress on our metabolic system. It's it's huge. Where that insulin goes, a lot of negative things go with it. So keep it steady, and it can be a powerhouse of energy for you.
I absolutely love that. Okay, you guys, I'm going to give you one sneak peek to an episode that we're going to talk about with CGMs because I have the pleasure of listening to Kelly. Oh my gosh, now I'm blanking to her name. I want to say Pickler. That's not right. But anyways, she is the first woman astronaut that went into space and took a CGM into space. And before that, if you were diabetic, you were excluded for space from space travel. And now it's like revolutionary that like that's not an indicator anymore. Anyways, it was super exciting, her research that they're doing. But I want to conclude you guys with us going into summer and us eating out more and traveling. There's this wonderful thing called Chat GPT. I think you've all heard about it by now. And honestly, my friend did this, which I thought was so brilliant. If you're traveling, especially if it's somewhere you've been, and you go, okay, I know I have kids, chances are we're going to be stopping at some places along the way, and I'm going to end up at, I don't know, right? Call it Jimmy John's or Subway or Panera or Taco Bell. I don't care. Like, call it wherever you're going. Ask ChatGPT, I want to maintain this much protein and have healthy fats. What is the number one or two options at these restaurants that would help me with this, right? Like, ask it these questions. Is it the perfect food? Of course, it's not the perfect food, but is it the better option? Yes. But if you walk in blindly and have no idea what the better option is, chances are you're not going to pick the better option. But again, you've planned, if you end up somewhere you have no idea, pull up your phone and ask it that question. It's amazing the data, but ask it a specific question to target the answer that you're looking for.
Yeah, cool. I didn't even know that. That's great.
Yeah, I mean,
A new tool. I love
it's
tools.
a tool. Yeah, it's a tool to help. So you can't just go, I don't know. I guess I'll guess, right? And then you
Yeah,
just ate a gut bomb, which you're really not happy about. Um,
right.
and not
And
only
a lot of times, not to interrupt you, Kelly, but a lot of times people will go in and say, well, it's going to ruin my diet anyway, so I might as well just get blah, blah, blah. No, don't give up. You can do it. You can manage it within that
yes,
chaos. Yeah.
because otherwise these things will happen, guaranteed. Okay, we'll kind of wrap on this a little bit, everybody. But if you say, like, oh, I'll just eat whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm on vacation or my diet's gonna be blown anyways. Remember, because we're teaching you a way of life, food for life, when you do that to yourself, you're then telling yourself, I don't follow through with things. You're then telling yourself, I always fail. You're then telling yourself, I'm never one to stick on a program. So what you're having, and you don't know you're doing this, but it's an internal dialogue that gives you negative self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth moving forward, that in this life, feeling good and living life, you cannot afford to have. And so choose you, honor you. Food is fuel. We want it to be fun. So hopefully today you learned a little something and you're going to come back and do your 2 week audit, right? Who's going to do their 2 week audit? Say,
Let's
I'm
do
in.
it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's
I'm
in.
in.
All right, you guys. Well, Heidi, any other last closing thoughts on food or fuel or anything for the summer?
No, I think we covered it. Play this over a couple of times for people who are listening and kind of get a plan and an idea and go for it. It it will change your life.
It will change your life. Oh my gosh, you guys. As always, such a pleasure being with you. Again, right? So much fun in the energy together. Like, oh yeah, I need to revisit this. Oh yeah, I am capable. We hope you got all that. And again, walked away with an actionable step of having the next 2 weeks of data. And we want to know how your hydration and protein went. So we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. All right. Be well, everyone. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.